Good afternoon. Today is the 26th of February and I'm afraid I've come to a rather reluctant decision. Our 2008 Vauxhall Astra Twintop 1.8 design is up for sale. The reason for this is because my lady wife has reminded me that we have a very strict one in, one out policy in our household, and I have just broken that by purchasing the Rover 216 for Santa Pod, and so I'm afraid this car's going to have to go. It is a real shame. I've just filmed a full review on this car that's going to be out on Friday. You've probably seen this video on Thursday, but yes, we're not going to be requiring it strictly, so it's going to have to go. It's a shame because we've spent actually quite a lot of money on this car, a lot of time fixing a lot of the things on it, but there we go. It is up for sale and you can buy it. First of all, let's just take a look at the exterior. The bodywork's actually in very good condition for a car of this age. There aren't really any sort of marks or scrapes on the front. No number plates, very slightly cracked on there, but I doubt that would have a flag on an MOT. There's no damage on here. The wheels really could do with a refurbishment, as you can see. I'm not gonna lie about that. One of them's a slightly different colour from the others. I don't really know why, but yes, if you were going to do all of them, that wouldn't matter anyway. There are a couple of sort of cracks in the bumper. They're not very big, but they're there. There are a couple of marks down there as well, just so you can see them, show everything. It's not really a big problem, I'm just pointing out they're there. There are a couple of tiny dents outside, I don't know why they're there. Apart from that, the bodywork on this car is really good. If we have a look in the boot, I've had this latch fixed, so it now works again. When I got the car, that failed within a day, I don't know why, but it's working now. I will have the boot hoovered out again. Sorry, it's a little bit filthy. This car's being filmed for another channel next week, and it has been filmed as well for a channel this week actually. I'm not going to tell you which ones they are, that'll be a surprise. But yes, it's all in there. And the load blind, which is this thing here, that has to be in place when the roof goes down, that fits in there nicely. That's no problem. Let's have a look at the rest of the interior. So if I open her up, really the only issue with the interior is this rip in the driver's seat. Now, interiors of this car aren't particularly expensive. A driver's seat for this car would be about £30. If you wanted to have one, you could upgrade to the full leather interior. This is only a part leather interior, but apart from that, everything's there. We'll have another clean before we have filming for the channel. I'm just doing it today because I happen to have the time and it's not raining. But yes, let's get inside and have a bit more of a close-up. So this is the design spec model, as you'll see me refer to in the full review that'll be out tomorrow. This particular car has a few options. It's got parking sensors that you would have seen. It's got cruise control, that wasn't standard. And because this is a design spec, it has the sport button there. We've also got keyless entry, as you can see from that button. I've got an aftermarket Bluetooth kit in the car, but I will be taking that out. And I'll just turn the camera around so you can see the back, which looks like that. It's the same the other side as well. It's nice and clean. I've got some mats in the car as well, which it didn't have when I bought it. Manual is in the glove box, which is nice and big. And it has a full service history. In fact, it was serviced less than a month ago. And there's a video of it being done actually with the oil change on the Rubbish Mechanics channel. There you go, starts up right away. One thing you will see is that the coolant level comes up when you start the car. Now the car really shouldn't do this. It's had the header tank replaced, it's had the coolant level sensor replaced, it's had the thermostat and thermostat housing replaced, so it shouldn't do that, but it just does. and just that's the way it is. I have to press OK. I'll show you the engine in a second so you can see that its levels all fine. The car's done 79,000 miles, 79,500 miles. It'll be maybe 79,800, something like that. By the time the filming's been done on the other channel next week, but it won't go up too much because I'm picking up the Rover 216 at the weekend. And there we are. Some of the other features in here, we've got an aux input down there by the handbrake. There are automatic lights and automatic wipers in this car, which is quite handy because this is design spec. This is the sort of near the top of the range. The sport button is something there just to give you an extra bit of performance if you want it. It gives a bit of a sharper throttle response. I don't use it particularly because I like fuel economy, but it's there if you need it. Right, here is the 1.8 litre engine. Now standard, this engine would produce about 140 horsepower. This car's been slightly modified. It has a performance manifold on it, 4-branch manifold as you can see. Now the thermostat housing of this car is new, that's just been changed. The entire top end of this engine was rebuilt less than a year ago, about 2,000 miles ago. New water pump, new tensioner, new cambelt, new head gasket, whole thing. It's also had a brand new coolant tank put on there as well, and a new level sensor. Why it still says coolant low, I don't know, because you can see it clearly isn't. We've also had the very popular modification on an Astra H done on this car, which is to remove this pipe that goes from the front of the car to the airbox. And the inside of the airbox is slightly modified as well. Now that doesn't give you any extra power or anything, it just means that water doesn't get into the air filter and make the air filter wet, which you drive through puddles, which of course at the moment I've been doing quite a lot of. So yes, full service and top end rebuild, so 2,000 miles ago. The coolant has been changed and new header tank, new thermostat housing, all that sort of stuff. Starts at the first time every time. There's not what else to say really in that department. Shut the bonnet. And there we are. I suspect one of the things that you might want to do with this car, if you're going to do these wheels, would be just to have a go at maybe swing the disc a little bit. There is sometimes a very, very small amount of vibration when you're coming to a stop from going quickly, and I think the tracking probably needs doing as well, but that's really about it. I'll put some new batteries in these key fobs. As you can see, the keyless entry system is actually working at the moment instead of starting, so we'll just turn that off. Sorry, lock the car. There we go, and unlock it. I have got 2 keys as well. The car has a full service history. It was owned before me by a Twintop specialist who checked everything over. If you need to go to a specialist, for example, if you've got a problem with the roof or something, then there are a few specialists in the country, and the one that I bought the car off, he lives in the Bournemouth area. They have the sort of Opcom or Voxcom software that you can plug into the car for diagnostics, should you need to do so. Just bought the book here so you can see the service history. So we've got 2009, 2010, 2011, 2013, 14, 16, 17, 19. As you can see, the cam belt was changed, water pump thermostat. See there, it's been done 7th of February. That was the mileage at the time, and the oil has been changed as well. There we go. Also got other receipts here for the parts of the service. That was when we changed the coolant level sensor, and that is for the other thermostat housing because I had to have another one quite recently. I've got a whole load of other paperwork in here, but I'm not going to show you, that shows, you know, the sort of cambelt and things like that, and the water pump that were changed. So there we are, viewers. As I said, a very reluctant sale. Spent a fair bit of money on this car and a fair bit of time getting it to a certain standard. Sadly, we're going to have to pass it on to someone else to just do a few more little jobs on it. But yes, I've been using it on almost a daily basis since I bought it. Probably now done about 1,000 miles in it. But yes, the Rover's coming soon, and I've got to have this one in, one out policy. So there we are. If you want to get in touch with me, please send me an email, japl745@hotmail.com. I will also put that in the description below, or you can send me a message on Facebook, Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. You can send me a message on there. I'm hoping that you know, the last 2 videos that you see will be enjoyable. I forgot to say as well, this tyre has just been replaced. This right hand rear tyre, I just replaced that as well. So yes, we've spent a little bit on this car. But thank you very much indeed for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and to leave a comment below. My website is www.lloydvehicleconsulting.co.uk. Thank you ever so much indeed for watching.